Hello, challenging the challenge tubers, and welcome back. Let's play Final Fantasy 1, Dawn of Souls, solo white mage into bonus dungeon territory, with me, BlueAnkylo. In the last two episodes, we've cleared the Earth Gift Shrine and the Hellfire Chasm, or whatever they call them, the first two of the bonus dungeons, and they weren't too bad for our solo white wizard, because we're so over-leveled, it helps out a lot. Now, before we get started today, I just want to take a very brief moment to correct a couple things I double-checked in between episodes here. So, the Kotetsu was a weapon you could get in the Earth Gift Shrine after fighting the Lich. This is really good for thieves. I think I mentioned that. It's definitely a strong weapon. Let me just pull up the stats, just in case you don't believe me if you're playing along or thinking of playing along one day. It's got about 22 attack and 20 accuracy. Compared to anything the thief could equip at that point, it's going to be better, I think. It's not as strong as the katana, but you don't get the katana until basically the end of the game. So that's pretty awesome. Now, the other weapons I wanted to double check was the Kiku Ichimonji. This is the one we got from fighting Rubicant, and I said, pretty sure this is pretty good. And yes, this is actually stronger than the katana. So before you go to the Water Shrine, or before you go deal with Kraken or Tiamat, the last two vanilla levels, you could get the Kiku Ichimonji from the bonus fire dungeon, and you'd have a weapon for your ninja, or actually your knights or red wizards if you'd like. You could get 3 of them, And it would be pretty awesome. Now, there are more weapons for knights that compare, but for the ninja, this is basically as good as they're going to get unless you give them the Mazmune later on. Well, or the Murasame, but we'll talk about that later. But as far as vanilla weapons go, this thing smokes anything except the Mazmune in vanilla Final Fantasy. And then the last weapon that I wasn't sure about was the Braveheart. And this is not quite as amazing as the Kiku Ichimonji, in the sense that it doesn't beat Excalibur. It's better than, or about the same as Defense, the Defender Blade or the Sun Blade. Let me just pull up the stats here. The Braveheart has 30 attack and 52 accuracy, which is pretty awesome, actually. The Defense, or Defender, had 30 and 35, and the Sunblade had 32 and 30. So you get a little bit less attack than the Sunblade for a lot more accuracy, and crit rate's about the same. So, it's not, like, massively better, but, again, Knights can equip it, Red Wizards can equip it. It's pretty good. So anyway, those are the last two sort of red bonus fire dungeon items. I didn't look up the stats for the Sage's Surplus or the Twist Headband, but the Sage's Surplus I know increases the Mage's intelligence by like 5 or something for the Surplus and the helmet. The trouble is they provide less defense than the Ruby or Diamond Armlet, and the helmet doesn't provide any status protection. So they're not very safe choices, so I'm not terribly worried about getting them. Anyway, let's head on down to the third dungeon, and we're going to find out just how strong our white mage can be, because things are going to get a little bit shaky down here. So welcome to the Life Spring Grotto. Will only open once you have defeated the Kraken. And, maybe I'll fall in love. So there's lots of mermaids to talk to down here, as you may expect. We'll see if I remember to talk to a lot of people. I know I skipped some people you could have talked to on the last one. Okay, so for this dungeon, just to give a quick overview, there are 20 floors in total, 3 of which I believe have bosses on them. I think it's 3. It's almost every 5 floors, except I think 15 is skipped, so there's 15 is a random floor. And just like the previous episodes, in case you didn't watch them for some reason, every floor number from basement 1 to basement 20, not counting the bosses, has a set of treasure chests that it can have, a set of loot. And depending on the map you get, the actual floor plan, they're randomized. And each randomized floor plan has a different set of treasure chest placement and random number of treasure chests. Now, in the first 2 dungeons, there was a maximum of 5 treasures per floor, and either the purple floor, or I can't remember the one in the fire, the purple forest in the one in the earth, and I can't remember which one it was in the fire. I think it's the world map. They had the chance of getting 5 chests, so that's where you could have gotten your random, your rare loot was on those floors specifically, whichever specific ones they were. In this one, the difference is there's technically 10 treasures for every floor number, from 1 to 20, again, not counting the bosses. But all the maps except one can only have 5 treasures. And I will definitely point you out the one that has 10 chests. And again, from what I understand, it's actually not even guaranteed to have all 10 or something. Like, it's really obnoxious. So, this is where getting all the rare items starts to become really troublesome. The first 2 bonus dungeons, you could get all the rare loot with a not too much effort, just randomly doing the dungeon a few times. But here is where it gets, like, either you manipulate the RNG, follow a guide, or, I don't know, just get super lucky, or you'll probably never see some of the drops that I'll be talking about as we go. So anyway, without further ado, floor 1, the 5 normal chests, I'm not even going to spend too much time on them, honestly. The normal chests are normally garbage. There's a little bit of money, a dry ether, echo grass, high potion, phoenix down in the normal chests, which means normally there's nothing on the first floor you care about. If you have the special floating castle, or water castle, whichever one it is, we'll see it when we get there. I think the air castle is in the 4th dungeon, and the water castle is the 3rd one. Well, I'll know it when I see it. It would have 5 additional chests that could contain dry ether, feathered cap, mind plus, Hermes shoes, and a red curtain. Let me just turn the volume down a touch. Kind of shocked me there. So basically, the only thing good would be a feathered cap, and that's not that rare. The Mind Plus would be nice, but it's nothing to worry about. So getting rare treasure on the first floor is not something I would be stressing out about too much. I think now that we have the Elven Cloak, we actually get a new animation for some of our evasions, so that's kind of cool that we picked that up at the very end of, well, not last episode, the one before that. You know what I mean. So for the most part, as we go through these dungeons, I am just going to go on super speed because these start to get really long, and I don't remember my route through. Unfortunately, I think you have to fight death elementals, so you have to kill them every time. I'll try to note anything that's, like, particularly dangerous. You know, a lot of these enemies we've seen before, so we'll just zip right through them. If it's something new or something I remember as being kind of important, I'll try to point it out. But yeah, you know, mapping. It's, like, I swear, I've probably done these dungeons a dozen times by now. You'd think I knew the route through them, but no, I don't know. I also kind of like to show things off for the Let's Play, so I might do a little bit more exploration than I normally would, just for fun. Because I hate to just cut it all out, you know, cut all the content blue. But, yeah, like, just, you're looking for the staircase or teleporter out. Floor 2. Looks like we're in, I don't know where we are. Chaos Temple type map. So on this floor, the first 5, some money, some ether, eye drops, Giant's Tonic, X Potion. So we might get an X Potion. That'd be nice. But if this is the castle, you could get the the golden apple, or more importantly, the Genji shield, which is really good. But you'd have to get a very specific map on this specific floor to even have a chance. In the castle map, there's also a lunar curtain, a mind plus, and a white fang. We can't get the Genji shield on this run, so we aren't going to get it. It's statistically the 2nd best shield. There's one, like, ultimate shield, but the Genji shield is still really good. I think the Genji armor has the best pure defense, like just basic defense, of anything in the game. For Genji armor and everything. Maybe the crystal stuff beats it. I don't know. But it's rare, and the problem is, I don't think I've ever completed a full set of it, because I just don't have the time to try to redo the Lifespring Grotto the millions of, well, the extra number of times it would take to get all the good luck. So 3rd floor, normal chests, money, potion, speed plus, that's nice, spider silk, tiger mask. So potentially, even without finding the castle map, there is a chance of getting kind of a rare equipment drop on this floor. I just want to have a quick poke around. It's kind of neat that we started right by the exit, but then we don't get any treasure. So there's your potion. Oh, and if you get this on the castle map, you could also get Elixir, Light Curtain, Remedy, Soma Drops. That's the MP up item, I believe. or a white curtain. So nothing super important on 3rd floor castle. But if we're lucky, we can see a tiger mask. I don't know if it's available on this map or not. Some things like that I just don't know about enough because, like I said, it's so random. It would take a lot of research to really memorize what floors have what number of chests. So when is it worth even trying to find treasure? I don't know. But I sort of remember this floor being small. So I think that's pretty much it. I think we've been everywhere. So yeah, there you go. Nice easy floor one way or the other. You often just start right by the exit anyway, so that's nice. I like these kinds of floors. Alright, floor 4. Okay, so the regular chests have an ether, high potion, red fang, speed drinks, strength tonic, basically garbage. If you're in the castle, you could get a dry ether, emergency exit, Hermes shoes, Phoenix down, power plus. The only thing really important would be a power plus. Other than that, it's pretty much just trash. So floor 4 sounds like the kind of floor that you probably shouldn't bother with the treasure very much. Unless you really want... No, because floor 3 had the tiger mask and the speed plus, which at least sound good. This one I don't think has anything worth anything, so... Floor 4, you're a bummer. Kind of neat. I've never actually followed a guide sort of while I was playing through it, so I never really know what treasure is possible on a floor. I just, like, test a couple chests, go, this is lame, and then just move along, kind of thing. I gotta remember I have to kill these things. The death elementals are, I think, about as strong as air elementals. Let me just look. So death elementals, that's what we're fighting. Oh, 160 HP, that's a lot less than an air elemental. They can drop a Zephyr Cape, which we haven't seen yet. I don't think they're as good as the Elven Cloaks. They're kind of like a weaker Protect Cloak, if I remember correctly. But it's probably like a 1% drop, so we may or may not ever see that. But there you go, 160 HP, lots of evasion. Just to compare against airs, because they're kind of strong. A third the HP, less evasion, still weaker. Air elementals would still kick their butt. Oh yeah, also, because I forgot to show it off last episode, just in case you're wondering, Scarmiglian, or however you say his name, 4,000, 7,000. The big difference is his poison gas is super strong. Cagnazio, or whatever, bit more HP, but honestly a lot easier, because, well, I don't think he uses his water elemental attack as often. Plus his intelligence is a lot lower, so less damage overall, I would say. Barbaricia, I also found quite easy, so if you want a lot of Bravehearts, like, depending on your party composition, you could definitely use 2 or 3 Bravehearts. The red wizard, the fighter, the knight, or the ninja, they can all equip it. And then Rubicante has the most HP, because he's the boss, lots of magic defense. And the Kiku Ikimanji, which again, you could get quite a few extras if you had lots of ninjas, for instance. Yeah, just kind of interesting. Alright, I think this is the end of this room. Also, we have to fight these, so... There you go. So some of these floors are really nice and easy. So floor 5, no specific treasure. This is a boss floor. The Mermaid Village of Seahold. And I'll probably won't talk to all the mermaids because there's a million of them. But they do tell stories of a strange man carrying a halberd, looking for a sword of matchless power. Maybe that sword is here. So every time you come here, it's slightly different. You need to pay attention to what this mermaid says at the end. A pink mermaid in a room to the north. So you have to talk to the specific mermaid. A pink mermaid in the room to the north. Otherwise, there's not a lot you can do. You could go talk to all the mermaids, but they won't progress the story here. So, it's actually quite neat. I like all the little details they added in. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time for today's episode talking to all the mermaids. Pink to the north. Not this one. Oh, maybe this one. How do I get out of here? There's quite a few different ways this can go. This is a nice quick one, but depending on the series of events, you can be going back and forth, back and forth. And just to show it off, there is another big room up here, and there's some pillars up here, and another no big room, just more mermaids. So anyway, you just have to find the right mermaid, talk to her, maybe talk to a few more, depending on the chain. And sometimes there's mermaids by parts, and, you know, whatever. Anyway, this was the right one. So this is a teleporter out if you wanted to leave, but instead, maybe we should deal with this man, this mystery man, with a halberd. You've been hitting the Oxyel a little bit too hard. Ah, it's Gilgamesh. I wish I had his music ready to play, but anyway, everyone's favorite cameo from Final Fantasy V. If you've been following along, the first bonus dungeon, was Final Fantasy III, the second bonus dungeon was Final Fantasy IV, and the third is, of course, Final Fantasy V. So we get to see Gilgamesh, who's not actually... Ooh, that hit harder than I was expecting. He's usually not that hard. Yeah, so he used... The first attack, he used Excalibur for a lot of damage. But his second attack, he used Excalibur, and it did much less. So, anyway, as always, you blink or evade your way up, and you should be okay. He used a couple attacks. Honestly, I'll go for triple blink, just because that one hit did so much damage. But usually he'll do Excalibur most of the time, and it won't do any damage at all, so... This is kind of a joke fight, just as Gilgamesh is often kind of a joke fight. I don't think he has any special abilities other than what you've already seen. So we'll Giant's Glove up a bit. As we're in the third bonus dungeon, the bosses do have more HP and stats overall, so it's going to take a little bit longer to win these fights than it did in the first two bonus dungeons. Also, we haven't beat the game yet. Oh, he's putting up some protection, so we'll do a little bit less damage unless we want to buff ourselves up even more. Boof ourselves. Null all, that's cool. Gives him protection from all kinds of stuff. Good job, Gilgamesh. Too bad it did give him protection from getting sliced to pieces. Alright, Genji gloves. You'll always get the Genji gloves, but you might not get any other Genji equipment. So, the Genji gloves, if I remember correctly, are quite good if you have a knight or a ninja. Particularly if you've got a ribbon equipped, because normally you'd have protect rings, which are death protection. And I don't believe the Genji gloves give death protection, but they might have some statuses. I never memorized them, but the full set of Genji or crystal armor, kind of the ultimate ninja and knight armor, they do have some status protections, I think. I never remember them. Anyway, floor 6. This is the library we got this time. Floor 6 usually has some money, Blue Fang, Cockatrice Claw, emergency exit, fairy tonic, so that's garbage for the normal chests. But if you're on the castle, you could get the crystal ring, which is the highest defense knight armor, I believe, for the ring slot. Or an elixir, giant's tonic, luck plus, or silver apple. So if you're looking for that crystal ring, this is the level to go for redoing this dungeon over and over again. Now, you can talk to all these people. They're researching something. I kind of forget the story. There's a million of them. This is like some sort of special super secret library. Like I said, I kind of like the fact that they put dialogue in for like so many NPCs in these bonus dungeons. I just don't have the time. And yeah, there's kind of a joke that they all stand in your way, just like the bats and all the people blocking your way in the earlier games. Okay, floor 7. We got another easy one. On this floor, you could get on any level, on any map, you could get a golden apple, phoenix down, protect ring, spider silk, or vampire fang. So basically trash on level 7. If you're on the castle, you could get a lot of money, a mega elixir, speed plus, strength tonic, or X potion. So probably not a map that you really care about getting the castle on. So far, all we've missed is a Genji shield and a crystal ring as far as like really rare drops. Anyway, these are all the dancing girls. You can talk to them. They really like to dance. We can get our normal 5 chests. If you're not playing with super speed, these guys are kind of annoying, so I'll be super speeding it up a bit. It's not... These are also somewhat randomly generated. There's a few different dancing mazes you have to get through. It's kind of like the library where the guys get in your way, you know. Alright, we're on to 8th floor. Doing good. So the regular chests are some money, Hermes shoes, light curtain, speed drink, turbo ether. As always, basically trash. If you're on the castle, though, you could get bigger money, mind plus, which is pretty good, remedy, silver apple, or stamina plus, which is okay. Maybe good if you're a monk. So again, this is another one of those ones where all you're getting is stat boosters on the rare floor. The 1 in 20 chance, or 1 in 17 chance, I guess. Hey, those are those Hermes shoes. That's actually nice to have a couple of those for some bosses that we might be fighting today. I wouldn't mind having at least 2 Hermes shoes, and not much else. Oh, Revenants! Oh, we should kill them. I think they're a new enemy. As we're going through the Life Spring Grotto, we will find a few new enemies. So I'm not going to probably get all the treasure on this floor, just because it's not going to be good. You know, if I was smart, I would have bought a bunch of drinks as well. No, I wouldn't have. There's nothing we can't... We can Saber and Ruse and Protect and Blink. We can do all the buffs without needing the drinks, basically. There are some drinks that give you maximum HP or 8 MP, but they still cap at 999. So unfortunately, those kind of drinks don't matter when you're at the level cap. Okay, we are on floor 9. Almost at another boss floor. Making good progress. The regular chests are Blue Curtain, Fairy Tonic, Hermes Shoes, that'd be nice to pick up, Silver Apple, and X Potion. Also not terrible. But the rare chest, if you're on the castle map, Deathbringer, which actually isn't as rare. It's probably easier to get the Deathbringer. I don't have any. But you can get them from fighting the Death Knights in the top of the Floating Fortress, or in the early floors in the Temple of Chaos Shrine Revisited. So, you could get that from a rare drop, or you could try to go to the correct castle floor for level 9. So anyway, Deathbringer, Elixir, Eye Drop, Power Plus, and Protect Drink. So 2 nice items if you got the castle on this floor. We did not. We have still not seen the castle, so don't worry. I'll point it out when we get it, but it's probably pretty obvious. So I wouldn't mind finding those Hermes shoes, so I'll check for some treasure while we're here. If I can remember how to get to all the treasure rooms. This is one of those kind of larger maps that's a little bit windy. Blue Curtain, nope. Items that cast Null Shock or Null Blaze don't make much difference if you're a white mage, do they? I wonder if something could cast Exfer on us and remove our ribbon protection. But even then, we could just cast Null All immediately, and it wouldn't even matter, so... I don't know. Wow, the wolves are very scared of us. So this is the one... I always get this wrong. I think you have to, like, go through one of the rooms to get to the other side, kind of thing. Yeah. I always get lost. Alright. Treasure, please be my boots. Hey, Hermes shoes. Good stuff. That's... 2 Hermes shoes. Let's get out of here. Alright, floor 10. No treasure. We just get ourselves a boss. So this one, I don't think will be terribly difficult, but thank you, audio player, for giving me some combat music. What else could we fight from level Final Fantasy V? It's Atmos! I don't remember him being particularly iconic, but he certainly showed up a few times as bonus content. So, he doesn't eat you, so being solo here is fine. Like, he's not going to kill all of our friends by eating them, or permanently, you know what I mean, from the Final Fantasy V one. I'll still blink up, though, because I think he does have a physical, although he might not use it. Wormhole is, I think, instant death, which shouldn't work because we are a white mage, or because we've got the ribbon. One more blink. So that Comet spell did a lot of damage. I want to keep my HP above like 500 or so. I don't think it'll matter, but let's just go with Null All in case maybe that helps. I really don't think that'll make any difference against Comet. I'm pretty sure it's non-elemental. But, you know. Luckily, we can just fully heal anytime we want. So let's do some Giant's Glove. This, unfortunately, was not one of the bosses I was really worried about, so we're just going to smoke this Atmos pretty easily. The good news is he has a very, very valuable item drop. So even if you can't complete the Lifespring Grotto, coming here on a solo playthrough, as long as you're strong enough to get to the Atmos fight and beat him, which probably isn't that hard. I mean, you got to have some healing to handle... his comets, basically. But other than that, I think most classes could deal with him pretty quickly. And you have to have finished the Water Shrine anyway, so you probably have the Giant's Glove. And some pretty good weapons by this point. I mean, you won't have the Mazmune, of course, but there are other weapons that are kind of equivalent, like the Kikuikimunji and stuff like that, which aren't too much worse. In a full four-party class, full four-party member group, this would be fairly easy, to be honest. Null Blaze would deal with that fairly well. And then Comet is just single target, so your White Mage should be able to handle it. But this is why I wanted to use a White Wizard for the solo run. Kiraja will just make this stuff a lot safer, so I don't have to waste as much time doing high potions or grinding for X potions. So there you go, Judgment Staff. Now, I don't think you can equip it as a White Wizard. It's a Black Wizard only? Yeah, Black Wizard only. But it doesn't matter because it casts Flare, and I don't even care if I can equip it. I think it does give intelligence, so it probably gives the Black Wizard a real leg up on being awesome. So that's why you might come here early on as a Black Wizard, solo, assuming you can survive. But any class would be happy to have Flare for free, for infinite. Basically, the best spell in the game offensively for free infinite cast. So, yeah, you know, kind of overpowered. Just a smidge overpowered. Okay, so now, level 11, we have 5 normal items, Cockatrice Claw, Orichalcum. Oh, that's a dagger, that's a knife. Protect Ring, Silver Apple, White Fang. So we might get the Orichalcum rare weapon. That's probably not very good if I remember. And in the castle, we could get the 5 extra items, Elixir, Lunar Curtain, Soma Drop, Speed Plus, or Strength Tonic. Nothing super amazing. But I will try to find the Orichalcum if I can. Hey, a Killer Shark. We're moving up in the world. We're getting into some of the more dangerous enemies. These guys are now stronger than most enemies you'll find in the vanilla game now, I think it's safe to say. Once you're past floor 10 in these bonus dungeons, I believe it's safe to say the enemies can be stronger than Temple of Feeds, basically. If I look up the Killer Shark, yeah, 1200 HP is, like, pretty good, and it doesn't show how many attacks he gets or anything, but, you know, his stats are getting pretty high up there, so... I'm gonna put a few more saves down, just save states every now and then, because I don't want to redo this whole thing. This is a very long dungeon. Oh yeah, also Judgment Staff, of course. So yeah, now we've got a White Wizard that can cast Nuke, and that's why I didn't do this as a solo Black Wizard, because I figured, why use a Black Wizard when the only spell that matters for them is Nuke anyway, and when you can just play as a White Wizard that gets the spell anyway for free, so... I figured that made sense. Now, like I said, the Black Wizard would have higher intelligence, so Nuke or Flare would do a little bit more damage. But, you know, doesn't really matter much. Thought there was... Now, these guys have 1200 HP, so it's actually 2 physicals. I guess 2 nukes would probably do it as well. I have to keep my HP pretty close to max for these fights, because... Unless I'm going to do some blink strats on every random encounter, they could potentially wipe me out with some good luck. Oh, that's not going to be... So, I think... If I remember correctly, flare damage scales every 10 points of intellect. So I'm pretty sure if we can get 1 more intellect, we'll do 100 more damage per spell cast. Which would be pretty awesome. But I basically need to find a Mind Plus to do that. Which, you know, it might happen. So I'm hoping to find on this floor the Orichalcum. That's right. That's why I'm treasure hunting. Can I just run from these guys? Yeah, eventually. Silver Apple. Stat bonus, but not the right one. Oof. This is getting to be a big group. Unfortunately, we don't really get much value because we don't get any experience from these fights, so money and XP are completely pointless. Also, Dark Eyes, the upgraded from Water Temple. At least we got that happy pumping music here, keeping me motivated. All right, thanks for running away, Blue Troll. I don't think we're gonna get the Orichalcum on this run. I don't know how many chests are on this floor, but. You know, this might be one of those chests that has 5 floors. Maybe. Okay, there's the stairs down. We got a couple more areas we could check. I think there's at least one in one of these dead ends. That's... We didn't start there. I think we saw a chest to the right of the starting area, and the area should loop. Ah, definitely taking some damage. So yeah, the better the armor, the better the defense you can have in here, the better. I don't think there's any equipment for the white wizard that we could have brought in that's better than what we've currently got, but maybe later on we'll find something that compares. So White Fang is just Blizzara, or maybe Blizzaga, whatever, Ice 2 or 3, doesn't really matter. Oh, you can run from that fight. That's nice. I wasn't sure. The lots of Sahagin Queen fight, I don't think you can run from, but the mix set allows you to run at least, which is convenient. Oh boy, random encounters. The bane of Let's Players everywhere. Now, did I already check all of these rooms? I don't know. I feel like there's one chest somewhere that I didn't get, and it's probably the one that I need, but I don't know if I just missed the route. You can tell me if I missed a route. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't stress out about it, though. I don't need, like, 50 comments. Okay, floor 12. This is the castle, and it is the dreaded floating castle. So, yeah, okay. The one for the wind one is better. The one in the air bonus dungeon is nicer than this one. Although I had them mixed up. I thought this was the air one. Okay, so we are on floor 12. The regular chests are Money, Ether, Light Curtain, Mind Plus, so we can definitely get a Mind Plus, and a Remedy. But, because this is the castle floor, we can also get the Giant's Tonic, Hermes Shoes, Mega Elixir, Power Vest, and X Potion. Not the best loot for extra, but at least one of the items is a piece of equipment. It's not the Crystal Ring or anything rare. There's a full set of crystal equipment and eventually Genji equipment, but we didn't get any of those. Okay, so unfortunately, this floor is the death of me, and it's going to take us a while to get through. Now, you're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to be doing some save states because if you fall off, you get sent back to the beginning. So, I mean, you can see what's happening. It's just a big maze through the air. And there's 10 chests hidden in various rooms off the edge. I do not remember the most efficient path to get all the chests. I know the way to get to the end quicker, but I'm trying to get all the treasure, or at least, well, I mean, I'd like to show it all off. I'd at least like to get the Mind Plus. The exit is just up and right from here, but it's going to take a long time to get there. And this is like the room with nothing in it, isn't it? Yay, I found the room with nothing. Great. Hooray, I took a complete waste of time trip. Alright, that's waste of time. So we can't go left at all. So left is a complete waste. Down is the way to the top left, if I remember correctly. And the top left is not the way out, so let's go this way first. Oh man, sorry if this causes like epilepsy or something. I don't know if that's flashy enough for epileptics to be worried, but like, if it gives you a headache, just stop watching. Just skip ahead a half an hour till I get out of here. I kind of hate this, dang it. I kind of hate this floor. It forces you to go slow, and even going slow, you'll make a mistake now and then. And it just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this kind of puzzle. Even with the ability to use save states, which makes it less obnoxious, it's just, it's not fun. You can put a save state at every branch, and then if it's a dead end, you can just go back. Did I get into, no, I did not get into that room yet. Did I? I don't friggin' know. Yes, I got into that, did I? Yeah, okay, this is the dead end. So good. We haven't been to the top left yet, so I have to take that other branch further back. We'll map it out, guys. We'll map it out. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a complete dead end. Yeah, okay. Mapping out. Didn't I? Thought I put a save in there. Why did it... It didn't... Either my keyboard's malfunctioning or it's not reloading my save state. Oh, I know what's happened. My bad. So, because I've been looking at the a browser on my second monitor, apparently when my emulator is not the focus, you can play it, and the controller works, but the keyboard shortcuts do not apply. Now the save state should start to work. Hooray. How you guys doing? You enjoying the Let's Play? We're doing some optional dungeon content. I get the feeling that we're already over time for today. We're already past 30 minutes, and I haven't even finished this dungeon once, and I have to do it twice. So that's fun. Not much I can do to speed it up, unfortunately. Hey, another dead end. So I think that's it from the left path. Or from the down path, that is to say. Right? There's nothing else here. So hopefully by the process of elimination, you've discerned that the only way forward is to take this route from the beginning, which is correct. Down is the correct direction. Right, I believe, gets us a couple rooms, or at least one. And fortunately, the room is empty, so, you know, let's just reload back here. Alright, continuing. So now we're on the path of forward motion. This is the only way to go. It'll eventually take us out. And all I have to do is check for treasure, basically. Now, I think this one takes us to the bottom and another room, maybe. Normally, I go right when I'm trying to go fast at that last branch. We'll see if that was the correct way. Or maybe, no, this is the way out, actually. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, the good news is down was actually the correct direction. So this is Ray for treasure. Mind plus. Hey, that's what I wanted. So intellect 59. Use the mind plus. And I believe we get a damage upgrade from our flare spell. So that's nice, at least. I don't know if there's any other... Well, I'd like to get the power vest as well, even though I don't think we can equip it. But just, I'd like to show off where all 10 treasure chests are, because this is the map that I keep talking about whenever I say, if you're on the 10 treasure chest map, then you can get some extra stuff. Well, this is that map. Now, up is where we came down. Okay, up is down, and that's all. Okay. So at this point, we have not missed any branches, so that's good. We have checked all the side routes, and this has to be the way forward, the only way forward. And let me put another save here. Up is where I usually go to get to the exit quicker, if I remember. This is probably the way to treasure or death. Certainly death. I guess we're lucky in the sense that there's no random encounters. Because if there was random encounters in here, I probably would never do this bonus dungeon. Sure hope I'm going the right way now. Oh, nope, this is just a loop. Great. Someone was yelling at me. They're like, Blue, no, don't go right. It's a dead end. It's a loop. Sure hope I don't have to go into that middle windy back and forth area. I know there's a couple floating rooms off to the right side of the map. So, are you getting, like, vertigo yet? I'm getting some vertigo. I gotta say, the scrolling wind or the clouds in the background starts to throw me off after a while. That's some parallax for you. Oh, man. Well, the good news is this is the exit, so I can put a save here. The bad news is I missed a bunch of chests, or at least some. So, here's one. Remedy, that's not the last one. Let's put another save in here. Oh, I put it on save state 2. I may have overwritten one of my important backup files. Okay, that's definitely not the way to go. That's why we put saves in. Alright, here we go. Giant's Tonic, Power Vest. That might be all 10. If I missed one, I'm sorry. Anyway, the Power Vest is for your Black Belt or Monk Master. I think it gives them a reasonable attack damage upgrade, which is okay. But I don't remember if it has as much defense as a gold ruby armlet. Or the opal armlet, opal ring, you know, the thing we're equipped right now, the diamond armlet, whatever they've translated it to. But yeah, it might be good for your black belt if that's the kind of thing you're interested in. Alright, floor 13. Hooray! We got through the castle. So, regular items. Blue Fang, Power Plus, Red Curtain, Strength Tonic, Vampire Fang. Power is okay, I guess. And if you get the castle, you can get an elixir, a mega elixir, a stamina plus, a turbo ether, a white curtain, and a power plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 items. It's only supposed to be 5 more. I feel like that's a typo. Or it's a random 5 of those 6. That would be terrible. So I'm going to check these because, hey, power plus is stat ups for solo white wizard that uses the Mazmune a fair bit to kill giant robots. which may or may not be coming later today. So, first off, I want to see if my Judgment Staff does do more damage, which I think it will. Maybe not. Not well. At some point, it'll do an extra 100 damage, but it might be 65 or 70 intelligence, which is... Well, actually, there's a convenient place to go grind for those if you really wanted, I think. But, hey, that's what I wanted. Alright, our strength is 27, our attack is 69. We're going to wreck the perfect number by equipping, or eating a power plus, I guess. And now we do 1 more damage. 1 more damage times 8 attacks, times 16 if you're hasted. It's not nothing. And crits do 50% more damage than what you deal normally, or something like that. There's some math involved. So this one, just... there's the exit. Well, this is floor 13. I'd really like to get to floor 20 before we get to an hour, because I'm going to have to do it again for the next episode. Hey, we're back in the Marsh Cave. Oh yeah, so floor 14. The good news is the next time I go through it, I'm not going to tell you all the treasures. Floor 14. Fairy Tonic, Hermes Shoes, that'd be nice. High Potion, Phoenix Down, Silver Apple, okay. If you're on the castle, Emergency Exits, lame. Gaia Gear, actually the best defensive equipment for your Black Wizard if you want pure physical defense and you don't care about intelligence buffing like some items give you. Mind Plus would be nice. Luck Plus doesn't really do anything. Soma Drop doesn't do anything for us. So, floor 14 would be a good one to get the castle on. If you ever see the castle and it's on number 14, you should probably clear it, unless you don't have a Black Wizard, I guess. Hey, that's the one treasure I wanted. Lucky! Alright, now I believe to get through here I have to go all the way to the top left and then kind of counterclockwise. And that will save us a fair bit of time. Oh no, an ogre. Get ogre it. It's pretty terrible. Hey, look, I've been doing this for like 41 minutes. Starting to go a little crazy. Ah, yeah, the little double chest room, Phoenix Down, High Potion. Sure, why not? I'll take those. Phoenix Potions. Phoenix Downs are very useful as a solo character. I gotta say, that's about as good as it gets. The only thing better would be like a soft or a needle, golden needle, whatever you want to call them. And a silver apple, yeah. I could get more HP, guys. It's not like 999 is hard cap. Alright, floor 15. We're 3/4 through. Unfortunately, no boss this time, so we're going to have to do another map. We have an Ashura on a normal treasure chest, so we might get a new ninja weapon, which is actually weaker than the Kiki Ishitamunji, but stronger than the Kotetsu. So that's something. Blue Curtain, Echo Grass, Potion, or Spider Silk. Nothing terribly great, really. I mean, the Ashura is neat, but it's not good. And then if you're on the castle, you could get the Golden Apple, Power Plus, Speed Drink, Stamina Plus, X Potion. Power Pluses are always nice to stock up on, of course. I would never really argue about those, but otherwise, nothing too hot. So let's try to speed this up, because, you know, like, I'm not in the game to make 2-hour-long episodes. That's not what I do this for. Hey, floor 16, we're making good time. Normal chests. Money, Elixir, Giant Tonic, Protect Drink, Turbo Ether, basically garbage. Castle level. Lots of money. Hermes Shoes, Kenpogi, special armor for monks. Not as good as the Power Vest if I remember correctly. Light Curtain, Speed Plus, probably not worth it. I'm getting all the useless treasure in the corner that I don't need. That's the spirit. It's not like I've got a time. Oh, silver dragons. Right, we killed one of those earlier. They're not that bad. Of the new special dragons they added in here, they're one of the weaker types of special dragons. I feel like I may have lowered the music volume a little bit too much, but oh well. Floor 17, almost there. Hermes Shoes, Phoenix Down, Sage's Miter, same thing that was in the Hellfire area. So there's 2 chances at the Sage's Miter, but it's harder to get in the Lifespring Grotto because, well, no, that's in the normal chest. That's easier to get. So we could get a Sage's Miter from a normal chest. Spider Silk, X Potion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fair. Now, floor 17 is a great level to get the castle on because you could get, or will get, the Crystal Shield. The other second best shield in the game, depending on how you want to calculate it. Or you will also get Dry Ether Elixir Gigant Axe. I don't think I've ever used. I don't think it's great, but it's the strongest axe. And a Mind Plus. So 17, great level for Castle Floor. And I guess we should have a small look around to see if I can pick up another's Hermes Shoes and a Sage's Miter. Because there's the Hermes Shoes. There's the exit. Let's see if I can find the hat. Not that I would equip it, because it would take the place of the ribbon, which is unfortunate, but I'd like to show off what kind of intelligence buff it would give. Because I've been talking about it for a while, and I don't have one to show off. Someone give me a smart hat. Not a smart hat. Cap of intelligence +2. It might be like +3 or 5 or something. I don't remember exactly. There might be an enemy that just drops it anyway, but I'm not into that. Oh, hey, X potions. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that doing these dungeons over and over again is not a bad idea for. Like, the more X potions you've got, the more sort of backup you've got for some difficult battles. Wow, yeah, those guys almost killed me. Good thing we've got all this MP, right? Come on. How many? There's got to be 5 chests. Come on. I get the feeling we're not going to get a smart hat today, guys. Just getting a lot of evil sharks. And evil... I don't know. Oh! Yeah! Alright, +1 for the Ankylo. So, Sage's Miter. More defense than the ribbon, but the ribbon is not good for main, like, normal physical defense. I believe it's going to give us some intelligence. Feel free to pay attention to all the other stats if you care. And hey, +5 intelligence. I will test it after saving. After making sure I saved. And we'll see how much damage our nuke can do, just to see. Not against this guy, though. He's just going to die. Or run away, is what I mean. Those guys are chumps. Here we go. So we have more physical defense and more intelligence. We're way stronger. We just don't have status protection, which is really scary. And we're still doing the same damage with nukes, sadly. So then I guess... probably what that means is the next big damage up for that spell probably happens at intelligence 70. And that's a shame, because that's a long way off. And it proves that the Miter doesn't really do us any good. Now, we might heal a little bit more HP per cast. We're healing about 80 per cast at this current level, which is pretty good efficiency. If we switch out, I bet you it will go down a little bit. No, it's about the same. Ah, well. I was thinking there might be a way to take advantage of equipping the Miter, healing up a little bit more efficiently and then unequipping it kind of thing, but I don't think it really matters. Like, we've got lots of ethers. If we run out of MP, it doesn't really matter. Wrong one. Alright. 47 minutes. Yeah, good time. Alright, 18. This is an easy one. We can get a Feathered Cap, a High Potion, a Lunar Curtain, a Remedy, and a Strength Tonic from the regular chests. Or if this was a castle... very nice. We could get a bunch of money. The Crystal Ring. That's the second chance at the Crystal Ring. Fairy Tonic, Luck Plus, or Soma Drop. So, on the castle, level 18, a Crystal Ring would be neat. Especially if you've got ribbons to equip. Actually, because the Crystal Gear is mainly for your knight, they actually will one day get a shield that gives you status protection. AKA the best shield in the game. So once you've got that, you no longer need them to have a ribbon equipped, basically. And you could get away with equipping other types of helmets and accessories, basically. Instead of having to worry about status protections, because the shield will do it. And it has the best defense and status protection. So, yeah. You can optimize your knight a little bit more. That's all. Alright, so that's where all the treasures are, I think. This floor always kind of confuses me. I think it randomly has one... of the flooded houses as a teleporter, basically. And I don't know if there's any way to tell ahead of time, other than just smashing into all of them. So... okay. Floor 19, the last random combat floor, and it's not even really random, so that's convenient. We will not get any treasure chests on this floor, sadly, but if there were 5 chests, you could get Ether, Hermes Shoes, Phoenix Down, Sage's Surplus, and a Speed Plus. Sage's Surplus would be the armor to go along with the hat, which we actually could equip because we wouldn't lose status protection, but we would lose a lot of physical defense in exchange for probably 5 more intelligence. So if we had both, we could get to 70 and test out my theory, but we're not going to get both unless I redo this and get a 5 chest map on floor 19. Now, if you happen to get the castle on floor 19, you could get an elixir, a golden apple, a light curtain, a power plus, or a stamina plus, or all 5, I suppose. We did not get that. So, Bahamut says, welcome. You might be thinking, oh no, Blue, Dark Bahamut's gonna kill you. Well, no. We just have to kill some of his dragons. 1 silver, 2 white, 2 red. Not the worst. But you can't tell what's what. So, we're just gonna have to fight them until we kill that many of those. White dragon, that's good. Really easy one. Vanilla dragons are weaker than the bonus dungeon ones. Black dragon is much stronger because he's a, whatchamacallit, he's a bonus dungeon one. I think he's got, like, well, he's got some fancy spells. Maybe 2,000 HP, give or take. Green dragon, vanilla, easy. Low HP, basically. Silver, not vanilla, but doesn't matter. They're also one of the weaker new dragons. Blue dragons, vanilla. Just gonna kill all the dragons here. Holy dragon, I should be careful here. Holy smokes. They have the holy spell, which does a lot of damage. There you go. 190. They can spam it. I believe the black dragon is the strongest, and the holy dragon is the second strongest. There's like 4 new dragons in the bonus dungeons, I think. All the vanilla ones go down in 1 hit with the Mazmune, but black and holy will be a bit stronger. There's your holy. Holy seems to have the most defense, so maybe it's the strongest one, I don't know. Now, I can't remember what he said to kill, I already forgot. Oftentimes, I just kill all of them because they're pretty good for experience. So if you're playing along not as a solo run, or just not max level, these guys actually are... This is a good room for grinding. Like, all dragons, fairly easy generally. And, you know, they go down pretty quick, one by one. Especially if you can fight them. Alright, let's just see if we've killed enough. Luckily, this is not the kind of room that if you kill the wrong number, you get kicked out. I need 1 red dragon, so we're almost there. Yellow dragons, they're also one of the easier new dragons. There's the red dragon, alright. Thanks, guys! If you're ever playing the PSP remake and going to the Chronodia dungeon, the one that comes after the 4 bonus dungeons, oh, I don't even really want to talk about it. Good luck is all I'm going to say to you. Alright, floor 20. Speaking of good luck. Oh, here we go. So we're going to go into this fight with maximum everything. Where's my ether? Alright. 999 HP, 999 MP. I wonder if it would be smarter to have more defense. I can't remember if this guy has any status inflictions. Probably. I don't know for sure if that actually makes any difference. There's nothing else I can do to help. Alright, so there's 2 bosses on this floor, which is why we have to do the dungeon twice. Yay! I would suggest going left first. They're both really bad, but this one's slightly less bad. By some margin. And this is why, if you don't have a white wizard in your normal party of 4, this is the end of your bonus dungeons. You won't be able to beat these guys without Heliga, so if you don't have Heliga, say goodbye. So, what else do we have in Final Fantasy V that we haven't seen yet? Oh, hey, Omega! How's it going? So we need to get blinked up right now. Only 600 damage. We might die. It's a good thing I saved it. Earthquake is a freebie because it's instant death. Good thing I kept the ribbon equipped, hey? Alright, let's try blink number 2. Wave Cannon. So that's... Wave Cannon is the problem if you have a full party. Because it's going to do 300 damage, give or take, to everybody. And there's nothing you can do to stop that damage. I'm going to go triple blink. Oh, man. His lasers are just killing me. Come on, go first. Oh, we got lucky. He did low damage. Alright, so the other problem is, just to demonstrate here, he's got like a billion defense, like he always does, so you're gonna need at least Hermes shoes and a lot of Giant's gloving. And seeing as we know he can do 600 damage, we basically have to keep our HP over 600, or else he has a chance to one-shot us. And he might be able to do more, I don't know, with a good critical, right? So we're gonna start Giant's gloving up. There's not much else we can do, because we can't really hurt him. I mean, we're hasted, and that's one saber. Let's see what we can do, just for interest's sake. You know, 200 damage. That's not enough. He's going to be able to do... I don't know. He's probably got like 10,000 at least HP, easily. I forget the exact number. Probably like Chaos tier, except way stronger than Chaos. This is your first super boss, of course. Of the 3 super bosses, I would say. One thing you might be saying is, Blue, well, if he's got physical defense, why don't you use magic? Ha 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 ha. This doesn't, I mean, it's better, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So what we're gonna do is buff ourselves up. That's, 2 Giant's gloves, I think. I should sort of keep count. That's 3. We're probably gonna have to heal again. The problem with anybody that's not a white wizard, I figure, is no Curaja. Even though you could get defense for ruse, and you could get... You have a ribbon, and you'd have defense, and you'd have... Actually, you know, I wonder if I should go protect as well. In the NES version, I forgot about that. In the NES version, crits ignore defense. But I believe in this version, criticals only... apply half your defense or something. We've talked about it a lot in the comments. I don't know for sure, but we may as well stack up a few protects, because if it works, that gives me a little layer of extra survivability, because theoretically he could do 2 600s in a row before I got a turn. You know, if I went first and then I went second on the next turn, he could theoretically kill me no matter what I did. So theoretically these protects might lower his damage a bit. Again, I'm not sure about the crits ignoring defense or not. That's getting a little dangerously low. 2 hits for 200 seems less than 600. Let's put like 4 more protects on. We'll say that's probably good. I don't know if you can out-tank the tank, though. I've never really tried. I've just assumed it's like the NES, where crits ignore defense. So in those situations, it's better just to go and evade and hope you don't get hit. But in Dawn of Souls, I believe a lot of the background formula or the mechanics have just been tweaked a little bit. Enough that I don't know all the pro strats just intrinsically, I guess. Anyway, that's quite... I mean, he's doing 74 damage per 1 hit. And now I'm kind of curious. Okay, well look, we're already almost an hour long. I feel like it's time to test out the protect theory. I've never really tested out a maximum protect build. I think you get 14 per cast or something around there, and it stacks up to 255. So, I mean, it'll take a while, but his 2 hits, 2 damage. So if he doesn't get a crit, protect seems to work pretty good. I don't know, I guess do a few more. This is actually kind of neat. I hadn't really tested this out before, so this is good to know. Here we are, hundreds of hours into Dawn of Souls, and I'm still learning things. Yeah, 2 hits for 54. That's actually almost nothing. Lots of misses, of course, because we've got max evasion, but we're probably approaching max defense around now, so let's leave that. And let's just go for maximum strength and accuracy for a while here. We talked about Giant's Gloves before, casting Saber. It can boof. I'm getting drunk here. It can buff both your damage value and your accuracy value by up to 255 at max. But I think it's like plus 16 attack and plus 10 accuracy per casting. So it takes 26 castings to purely max it out. But most of your damage comes from the first 255 attack power, which is 10, 12, 16 or 17 castings, I guess? Something like that. Yeah, 16 times 16 is 256, right? No? I don't know. No, 16 times... Look, don't do math while you're in the middle of a boss fight after talking about this Lifespring Grotto for a whole hour. It's been a freaking hour. But you guys deserve a BlueAnkylo point for sticking with me all the way to the end here. Anyway, we're pretty much buffed up as much as we're going to buff. As far as I understand, there is... Omega has basically immunity to all status elements and a ridiculously high magic defense anyway. So there's really nothing you could do to him. So all you can do is buff your party and try to keep them alive long enough for you to do this. And we're still not going to kill him in one shot. It's not like Chaos where we're going to do 10,000 damage. But if we can do 2,000 to 4,000 damage, that's fine. We'll get him eventually. You know, honestly, I think that Protect spell made a good difference. I haven't seen us taking nearly as high damage since we got Protect buffed up. And if you didn't have Cura Jaw here, I sure hope you brought a lot of X potions because, man, you're going to need them. Trying to heal through this with high potions is impossible. Cura Ga would probably work, albeit not very efficiently. This is why the White Wizard is the best, so... Hey, White Wizard takes him down. Murasame. Unfortunately, not what we wanted. And not even very good. Well, no, I lied. That's the... I lied. That's the best that's the best ninja weapon in the game. I can even look it up here. I believe it's stronger than the Mazamune. It's only for ninjas, right? So, Murasame, 50 attack, 10 accuracy, 50 crit. And it also gives you 40 evasion, 5 strength, 5 intelligence. And you lose a little bit of agility. Oh no. So that's pretty good. Interestingly, the Mazamune has more damage, 56 rather than 50, and 50 accuracy. The problem is, ninjas will have maxed accuracy, so it doesn't even matter what their accuracy on their weapon is. So basically, you lose 6 damage, you gain 10% crit, you get a bunch of evasion and some strength, which is probably like +2 or 3 instead of +6. So, you know, I don't know if it's, like, strictly speaking stronger than the Mazamune, but it's pretty much on par with the Mazamune, but only the ninja can equip it. So it's your best ninja-specific weapon, and that's pretty much it, basically. It's better than the Kiki Ichimonji by a large margin, and it's almost as strong as the Mazamune. But I would still normally end up giving the Mazamune to the White Mage, and then the ninja and the knight would get their specific best weapons. In fact, even the Red Wizard has a Red Wizard specific final weapon that's pretty awesome. So, you know, it's just the way it is. Anyway, that's the third most difficult super boss. It only took an hour to get through here. Ouch. Well, next episode we're going to go through again quicker and not talk about the treasure on each floor. We'll see what we get for our castle floor. And I will have my list open beside me, so if I see anything, I might go pick it up. I need, I've got enough Hermes shoes now for the rest of the super bosses. There's nothing else I really need for the White Mage to do what I want to do, but, I'd like to get the Sage's, surplus for armor at some point, just to show it off. But there's not much else yet. I haven't seen anything that the White Wizard would want up to this point. Once we get to the next bonus dungeon, there's probably a couple more things, but talk about that there. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this long episode, and I'll see you next time for round 2 of the Water Spring Grotto.